In this video, we're going to be looking at WN48, which is a strong point in the Atlantic Wall located in Longues-sur-Mer, Normandy, France. And this was located between Gold and Omaha Beach. The site consisted of 4 naval guns, 150 millimeters, housed in M272 casemates. It also had a number of stores and ammunition depots and accommodation blocks for the soldiers and officers. And it also had an M262 observation post, which we can see on the screen now. Right, the Nazis, right, were really efficient at building defences, and you basically had a catalogue where the area commander could select what defences they wanted in what positions, and teams would turn up to build and construct these then. And that's why when you look at any bunkers, they're basically all the same, apart from when the Germans started running low on materials. And you can see that's where they've improvised with some old house bricks, planks of wood instead of metal ceilings, all this kind of stuff. Right. Here there were several machine gun nests also. There's an anti-aircraft weapon on another place, which you can see here. Right? And there was also then a mortar pit there. Okay. And the garrison consisted of around 184 officers and soldiers, right, who ran obviously the site and protected the weapon systems here. What you can see here now is number 4 casemate, and this is the only case which is heavily damaged during bombardment. On top here, the Germans fitted an anti-aircraft weapon, and they had a hit, and the ammunition exploded, killing several Germans. And you can see a lot of the battle damage here. These casemates really strong. There's reinforced concrete with rebar, right? And some of these are direct hits, and there's only taking small chunks of concrete out. So the Germans were very efficient at building strong structures. And the Longues-sur-Mer battery played a large part in the German defence efforts and was named WN48 in the Atlantic Wall, right, which Hitler formed to defend against the Allies. Right, and during D-Day landings, as it was situated between the Gold Beach and Omaha Beach, right, it could and it did target, right, both the navy of both beaches, where the headquarter ship from Gold had to move out the range as the Germans were getting closer to striking them. So the M272 casemates, which housed the 150mm naval guns, right? These were constructed by the Germans, right? And these took 600 cubic meters worth of concrete per casemate and 4 tons of reinforced steel to give it the strength. Once construction was complete, the walls were just over 2 meters thick, and the roof was also 2 meters thick. It was a very solid structure, and as you'll see in the video later on, it did survive, right, a lot of impact, right, from the Allied artillery, naval artillery, that is, and there's very minimum damage there, right. Casemate number 4 had the worst damage because there was ammunition stored on top of an anti-aircraft gun, and that took a hit, killing several Germans. So with regards to the 150mm naval guns, these had a range of just short of 22 kilometres. Right. Rate of fire was 8 rounds per minute for a well-trained and experienced crew, but most crews would have a 6 round per minute. Right. The weight of the guns was 7.2 tons, so they had to be manoeuvred into position using vehicles, and the muzzle velocity is 875 meters per second. They were in service a short life, really, due to Germany losing the war, right? But they was in service in 1942 to 1945. During the D-Day landings, right, the German cannons started firing only when the landing craft or the landing fleet were within range. They did hold back, right, while they was getting obviously bombarded by the Allied Navy, right. The German cannon did stop firing briefly to do some repairs, right, and the last gun did continue firing until 1700 hours, right. The battery of 184 men, right, and officers, right, surrendered to the British the following day, right, and they took control of obviously the cannons, right, and any supplies there to use going forward into the invasion of Normandy. So this battery was defended by machine guns, mortars, and what many people don't realise, it was mined by the Germans, right? But what people don't realise with the mines, they were actually British mines, which the Germans captured in northern France in 1940. It was heavily mined, and the arc of fire from these guns were around 120 degrees. So they were a good bit of kit for the Germans to have in support, right, going forward in the defence of the Atlantic Wall.